The Fuji X-T4. Is it a nice camera? Yeah, definitely. Is it worthy of being called the Fuji X-T4? I honestly don't think so. Now, let me preface the rest of this video by saying that I have not even touched the Fuji X-T4. Yeah. I think I like using the movie posters more, but for this video we use the black background, even though I know you can see the posters back there. So now, I know you probably have a couple questions. First of all being, why am I wearing a hoodie in almost 70-degree weather? Well, the answer to that is, this is just the quarantine uniform, quarantine outfit. Comfort is the name of the game. Second question is probably, how did I get a picture of a Fuji camera in the thumbnail? Well, that's actually the Fuji X-T3, the predecessor to the Fuji X-T4, obviously, and they look almost exactly alike on the outside, so I knew that taking a picture of the X-T3 would match, and it would look like the Fuji X-T4. Your third question is probably, how did I come to that conclusion that the Fuji X-T4 is not worthy of the name the Fuji X-T4? Well, I've already said one reason. The Fuji X-T3 and the Fuji X-T4 physically are almost exactly the same. Now I don't really care about physical differences. I'm more about what's on the inside, not what's on the outside. That's what you're supposed to love. But anyways, that's just the beginning of how the X-T3 and the X-T4 are very similar. There's not, like, the Fuji X-T4 is a great camera, don't get me wrong. It's probably the best hybrid mirrorless, APS-C sensor camera out on the market right now. We're not even going to go into full frame because we all know that the Canon EOS R5 got announced and that thing looked crazy. So we're not even going to go to full frame. You're sick in APS-C. The Fuji X-T4 is probably the best APS-C hybrid camera that there is. But why am I still saying that it's not worthy of the Fuji X-T4 title? Of course, before I can explain my opinion, my camera battery dies. What a noob move. Alright, now to answer that question and to defend my opinion, because again, this is my opinion. It's not fact, it's not fiction, it's just my opinion. We need to look at what the X-T4 brings. So the X-T4 has a flip-out LCD, whether you like that or not, because I know some people don't. It also has in-body stabilization. Those are the two biggest things that it has over the X-T3. Also, I don't know how I could forget because my battery just died, but another feature that the X-T4 has over the X-T3 is it has a bigger, better battery. Bigger, better battery. So you don't have to swap batteries in between a video like I just did. Those are the biggest features that make the X-T4 different from the X-T3. Now the Fuji fanboys are probably saying right now that how are you going to say that's not worthy of the X-T4 when the three things I just listed off makes it worthy of the X-T4? Well, I would consider myself a Fuji fanboy. Maybe not a hardcore Fuji fanboy, but I love Fuji. I love their cameras. And because I'm a Fuji fanboy, I think that the Fuji X-T4 could have been way better than what they made it. Because the Fuji fanboy in me is expecting so much more from Fuji, I don't think that it can be considered the Fuji X-T4. Now I don't want to sound ungrateful because I'm grateful that we're getting a new camera from Fuji. It's just that the name, the Fuji X-T4, just the name itself weighs more. Like I would be expecting more from a Fuji X-T4 than what we did get. Just like if we look at Apple, for example, they, on release of their new phone, they always release two versions. The past one was the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 11 Pro. The iPhone 11 is their base model, and then the iPhone 11 Pro is basically the same thing with a few added features. And that's what I feel like the X-T4 is. A Fuji X-T3 Pro. Now, I'm not telling Fuji that they should come out with two cameras at once. Obviously not. But I'm not a camera maker. I'm not a camera company. I just know that Fuji is a good company, a great camera company, and to give the X-T4 name, I just expected more, because I guarantee you that anyone who has the X-T3 is kind of looking at the X-T4 like, I don't know if I really want to upgrade to that, because it doesn't add that much. Again, it does. But is it enough to upgrade? From a business standpoint, I think Fuji could have done a little bit better, because every time you make a new product, you want it better than the last one, obviously, to increase your sales. You want the people who bought your last product to buy this one. You want them to upgrade. And if there's not enough incentive to upgrade, then they're not going to do it, obviously. And I think that's kind of what happened with the X-T4. So yeah, I just want to reiterate that I have not touched the Fuji X-T4. I've only looked at all the million of reviews that have been on YouTube. It's not even out yet. You can order it for pre-sale, but it's not out to the public yet. So we don't know how the Fuji X-T4 handles in a customer's hand. Maybe my opinion will change if I am able to try out the X-T4. I know that the bigger battery made it for also to have just a slightly bigger battery. Just the grip is bigger because of the battery, and that's kind of nice. I do kind of miss the DSLR grip, because for the thumbnail I use my old Canon 70D, which is a DSLR, and I was holding it in my hand and I was like, oh, this is nice. That bigger grip felt really nice. So that's just one way that the X-T4 might provide a better experience overall. The experience side is what we don't really know about yet. Yeah, you can look at all the reviews, all the early releases, but those are still pre-production models, so they're not fully like set in stone. Granted, it's almost coming out, so they are pretty close to being set in stone. But you get my what I'm trying to say here. Hopefully, anyways. But yeah, the experience we don't really know much about. Maybe the experience with the X-T4 will make it that much better than the X-T3 so that you upgrade. Because with Fuji cameras specifically, it really is about that experience. That's why they have the analog dials. I'm a film photographer, so those analog dials I love them. And it adds to the photography experience. So Fuji is really good at the experience. So if the experience, the camera experience with the X-T4 is that much better, then this opinion is whack completely and thrown out the window. I'll change it right away. But until then, I am gonna stand by my opinion. Or if someone wants to change my opinion down below in the comment, please feel free. Let's start a positive back and forth conversation, not any negative like, oh, what a complainer and a ungrateful little kid. I mean, you can call me that. It won't affect me. But, I'm trying to spread that positivity, you feel me? Especially in these tough times. But yeah, that's all I wanted to come on here and talk about, the Fuji X-T4, my opinion about it, and should you buy it? I mean, if you don't have a mirrorless hybrid camera already that you like and know everything about it, then the Fuji X-T4 is a great option. It really is. But if you're someone like me who has a hybrid shooter that they already like, the Fuji X-T3 in my case, I don't see a real reason to do it, to upgrade. But the thing for me, the thing that will make me probably upgrade in the future when I get money, the flip out LCD. Now, I switched from Canon to Fuji, and the biggest difference is the Fuji does not have a flip out LCD so that I can see myself. And the Fuji camera app is not the greatest. I've been using it during quarantine to take some self-portraits, but it's not the greatest at all. Fuji, if you could, revamp that app, that'd be great. But the flip out LCD of the X-T4 is the main selling point for me. Now you're like, oh, after this long video of me saying that it's not worthy of the X-T4 video, but then I'm like, oh, I might still upgrade. Again, the main point of this video was that the name Fuji X-T4 and the weight it holds, I expected more. That is basically summarizing the whole video. Now, if you watched the whole video, thank you. But to summarize it all, the Fuji X-T4 should have been more, in my opinion. That's basically it. Hope you enjoyed this long camera talk. This was kind of fun. I might do one for the Canon RP. No, not RP. R5. Because that thing looks crazy. But yeah, I just want to get on here and talk to you guys about my thoughts, my opinion on Fuji. So I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. If you want to continue the conversation down in the comments with me, please do so. But again, with positivity. We're all about that positive, good vibes right now. Always, actually. So go ahead and continue the conversation down below, and I will see you on the next video. Peace. Forgot the pretzels. Bigger, better battery. Bigger, better battery. Bigger, better battery.